they're stopping this private car over here. Again, no license plate.
Kasi makuha yung plaka ko kasi cover po ako sa hospital. Meron pa na lisensya, sir? Pero may plaka na po, tinawagan na po ako sa...
The rider tried to leave after they saw him riding with a passenger, no helmet.
Nakisabay lang po ako.
Bakit wala kayong helmet?
Hindi, nakisabay lang po ako.
Kahit na.
Dapat naka-helmet ka, malapit pa lang.
And if you look at the plate, you'll see half of it's missing and the other half has tape concealing it. Thankfully the driver does have a license. I'm not sure yet if they've worked out if this is a habal-habal colorum or if they actually know each other. They're pulling over this nice pickup truck now. Okay, so the reason why they stopped this one is the vehicle has temporary plates on the front, which is weird because the driver just showed the real plates, so he does have them, they're just not stored on the vehicle for some reason. You'll see the HPG officer is now holding the real plates issued by LTO. It looks like iACT are now assisting him by removing the temporary plates and installing the permanent plate by LTO. And they've just stopped this motorcycle now. The lady on the back is wearing a bicycle helmet, and both the driver and passenger are wearing slippers. So I think they're going to be issuing a ticket now, as long as he has a license. While the enforcer speaks to the driver, you'll see the HPG are going to distribute free face masks. These are going to disappear pretty quick because we've got so many guys here handing them out. Like I said, these were donated by Just Masks. That's a Filipino company, Filipino-made masks supporting local businesses. There's an iACT enforcer on this bus now, and he was telling off those passengers who weren't wearing their face shields properly. I think there's a guy at the back that doesn't even have one, so probably he'll be unloaded. So they're now unloading some of the extra passengers. And look at the driver, not even wearing a mask. Any passengers that have been affected, they're helping them get onto an alternative bus. So they're not just leaving people stranded, they are helping them. They've stopped this van here, which looks like a colorum, but they have to verify. It could be a legitimate shuttle because, you know, times have changed and the colorums, many of them have legalized into proper shuttles. You'll see one of the passengers is removing this light bar on the top. Typically with colorums, they'll have light bars, they'll have blue and red strobe lights, they'll have the two-way radio, and in fact down there you'll see the two-way radio installed, which is really a classic hallmark of colorums. And as I go through the documents, I just saw something there, lifting from PMP watch list. So what was this vehicle involved in before? Here's another light bar that they removed, as well as an orange blinker. There's no passengers on board, so it cannot be considered as colorum. But historically, this is exactly what a colorum van would look like. And a lot of people hate them because they abuse other road users. They bully them, they speed around. If they get involved in an accident, they run away. They often show fake IDs, fake driver's licenses. They're very organized, there's a lot of money involved, and that's why, you know, that's one of the problems with colorums. iACT and HPG have actually apprehended a number of colorum vans during ECQ, sneaking people between the provinces and Manila. It's so dangerous when infections are so high at the moment. There's another bus here where every seat appears to be filled. My goodness, I feel bad for the commuters because they're just trying to get where they want to go. And there's another overloaded bus here that they're going to write a ticket out to. This is not about causing problems for people, this is about keeping things safe for people. Now of course the purpose of having a 50% maximum capacity is to enforce social distancing, but there are some buses that reconfigured their seats in a way that they have social distancing. So there are ways to improve the experience for commuters, and they've just flagged down these two tricycles, obviously not allowed on Commonwealth. The driver of this tricycle already handed over his license, so they're writing out the ticket. And same thing over here, the driver's handed it over. I just wonder why he's not wearing his mask. Here's another vehicle that they stopped, no license plate. Imagine if this vehicle is involved in an accident, you will not be able to identify them. Will they come forward and admit they hit someone? They also asked this driver about the fact that he has a plate holder which makes the plate face the ground, which makes it very hard for any camera or enforcer to read it. It's a common trick that some motorists use. There's a couple more private vehicle stops here. Sometimes the reason why people are using temporary plates is actually the fault of LTO, but sometimes, as you saw today, people have their plates, they're just not fitting them for some reason. Unfortunately, there's another overloaded bus here. They're just writing out the ticket now. I don't understand why conductors and drivers are allowing this to happen. I don't think you can expect this little triangle barrier to do much, and of course there is a maximum capacity of 50% during ECQ, so you're not really meant to fill every seat like this. Another jeepney here that's been stopped by HPG, you can see it's fully loaded, but again they will give the masks. We've got some more over here, and look at how many active commuters there are today. Bicycles, scooters, all kinds of active transport. Very, very good. These are the new bicycle lanes here in Quezon City, of course. Another conductor here refunding passengers that were offloaded from this bus. It's now being ticketed for overloading. This one was also stopped for overloading. They're just writing out the ticket. Some of the passengers already unloaded. I hope that this will be an eye-opener. I mean, I understand commuters just want to get where they're going, and if the bus lets them ride, they're going to ride. So the conductor and the driver have to be responsible. Don't allow the bus to get overloaded. And they stopped another motorcycle over here. Unfortunately, the lady's wearing a bicycle helmet. It looks like the driver doesn't actually have his license because it's been confiscated by someone else for a previous violation. Again, he'll just do a quick inspection of this bus. Actually, they didn't even ask this one to stop. He just pulled over by himself. As long as everything inside is okay, they'll just let him go. There you go. This is not to cause problems for people. This is to make sure commuters are safe during the pandemic. So everyone inside is following the rules. The commuters have their masks, face shield, they're socially distanced. They can go on their way. It took 30 seconds to verify. So thank you to that driver, thank you to that conductor, thank you to those commuters. A lot of cyclists here, so many, it's brilliant. Such a healthy way to get around the city. You just have to be a little bit careful, but of course it is safer now because you have dedicated bicycle lanes, which is pretty cool. Sometimes motorists do abuse them and sometimes they get ticketed, but overall it's pretty good. Unfortunately, it's just impossible to continue without a proper camera. It will just be garbage footage. Look at how dark that is, and if I turn any more that way, you won't see anything. So yeah, I wanted to show you the distribution of the masks. I wanted to show you the enforcement is going on for the protection of commuters, and just to remind people as much as possible, try and follow the rules so that everybody can be safe. Thanks for watching.